So they land hospital. Who's he playing with? He's playing with Biffle. It's the same squad. Super Evan, Biffle, and all these guys. So is this all on the same day? Like literally? I mean, well, this is probably more recent because this was uploaded yesterday. They're talking about how bad the players are. He's using a ground loot MP5, I think. Yeah, now they're trying to get loadout. I haven't really ever watched him play though. I think he makes like a couple tutorial videos for like movement. I've seen a couple of those like posted up or retweeted on my timeline before. And a lot of players really don't make great tutorials, but I think he has one that covers pretty much every type of movement there is. And with controller, I think people don't understand like how to do certain movements, and it can be very helpful. Like there's like slide canceling, there's bunny hopping. You can like slide cancel into a bunny hop and then back into a slide cancel. Like that movement and being able to change directions like on a dime is huge. And if you ever notice how these guys fight, they kind of like zip in the room and they back up and they zip back in and they re-challenge and they peek in like really, really quick, snappy ways. Most players aren't used to that and they don't understand like how to combat that. Like they just kind of like walk out and they're standing still and they're just like, hey, what do you do? And then they just get lit the fuck up. That's why these guys are so much better. Because it's really, really hard to shoot somebody when they're zigzagging across like left, right, and they're bunny hopping around corners. And I don't think people really understand that. Like this guy's reloading or something. He just jumps out on him. Poor dude. He had 2 cars pushing him though. He's got 8 kills. He's also using the EM2. EM2 and an OTS still.
I see that. Dude, this is insane, bro. This is like a different beast, bro. I've never had a lobby like this.
I think they're just saying that it's a really bad lobby. Like an easy game. When you play a lot, you'll kind of recognize like player skill. And I also don't want to talk any shit on anybody, but like when you play as much as these guys do, you're going to be way better than the average player. But occasionally you'll get in a game where people are decently matched. But at the same time, like you only have to kill like 5 or 6 teams that are decent. And then the rest are going to be maybe average or below average. And at that point, you're probably going to step over the squad unless you make a big mistake somehow or you lose your 1v3s or 1v4s. You're probably just going to slap this team because your team's going to keep buying you back. God, the EM2 hits pretty hard. It kind of reminds me of an AMAX. Recoil isn't quite the same though. He has 2 people up there. But you notice how he's fighting like with cover, and then when he slides, he's teabagging him while he revives. That's funny as fuck. Teammate's pushing up, walks right out in the open. He's trying to save his teammate. I get it, but like, bro, that's just such a bad idea. Oh, it's a new team up there. Like, you notice how he downs and he kind of re-peeks? A lot of controller players will do this. Re-peeking around an edge is really good. And a lot of players don't expect you to come back immediately. Plus, you get cover and you can plate. And you can kind of reset a little. It's just a good way to catch people off guard. Most players, like, when they try to fight, they try to push that corner. And then they just try to run around. And this player can turn around and be ready for you. Where your gun's kind of at your waist and you can't shoot back. So it's like, people play really badly. They don't really think about it. They're just like, oh, there's a guy, I gotta go charge at him. So the other player charges, and even though you break an armor, you think that you can win that fight. But as soon as you turn that corner, this guy's gonna kill you probably every time. He got unlucky right there, but yeah, his teammate's reviving him. No way. Oh, he's like, oh, he's 1, dude. Good plates. And notice he's just gonna switch angles. He's getting shot from across. There's no way he's getting out of that. Too many players. Too many players just getting trapped. He's got 14. Second circle. 89 up. Like, if you have that many kills this early on, as long as everything just doesn't go wrong for you, it's like, this is a 30 kill minimum. Easy right here. He's like halfway through the match. There's almost 100 players still up. Like, if he just kills 15 more, I mean, still, like, there's still 50 people alive if he kills 15 more. So it's, yeah, he's definitely going to get more than that. We already know what his kill count is going to be, but when you have games like this, you can kind of just tell early on. What is his secondary? Oh my God. That movement. That could have been a disaster, but thankfully he was able to pull that one off. That's why I've always said, like, movement's huge. And a lot of the time, like, you wonder how these guys win these fights. They can really read players, and they can kind of see the direction they're aiming and shooting, and they pretty much avoid it. But it's second nature to them. They just do it so fast. Like, he walks in here, kills one, but, like, he's going to re-peek this, and he gets shredded. So he kills this guy. This guy's clueless. Slides to the right, peeks back, gets bodied, and he immediately jumps around because that player's coming around to look left, and he slides to the other side. So you're going to turn, and then he's already to your right. So you have to aim back, and by that time, if he's accurate, he's going to kill you. I think a lot of players don't realize, like, how quick that happens. And they feel like, I guess it's kind of like in basketball, right? Like when somebody, like, has a ball and they, like, make you trip and you stumble. It's the same shit. Like, you're breaking their ankles. Like you just misread what they were gonna do, and then you just kind of fell into a trap, and then suddenly, like, they're there. You know, it's like, sorry, man. But that's the difference between good movement and average movement, or casual movement. And most of these players they're probably killing, or they're gonna be about average, if not below average. Like, I don't think that's a problem. Everybody roasts, like, skill-based matchmaking, but when you play with a squad like this, that's just stacked, pretty much you're going to be the top 1% in that lobby no matter what. So it's not their fault they're good. I mean, their matches are still going to be whatever, but skill-based is still going to affect them. It's just, I think a lot of time people think, like, VPNs or something else going on, and realistically, it's just you play 10 hours a day with a squad of people with 5.0 KDs for 10 hours for over a year. You're going to learn how to figure out how to slay out and drop, like, 30+ kill games. Like, you're literally watching professionals at work. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. I think it's just the average or casual players don't understand the skill gap between somebody like this and an average player. Like, it's not even close. This EM2 shreds, though. I really want to try it. I still like the XM4, but I don't know if the EM2 would beat it. And with the most recent update, I don't know. OTS seems like the go-to SMG, though. Like, it close, it absolutely destroys. He's got 23 with 50 up. So he doesn't want to fight other teammates. Like, he doesn't want to kill other players because he can take kills from him, which is pretty crazy. He's already mentioning it. So he's pretty much just going to try to break armor for him. Shouldn't they have to play against professionals? That's not how skill-based works. And I think people don't understand it, and that's why they think that way. So he's going to probably shred these guys over at gas station. But a good example of skill-based matchmaking, let's say, for example, you have a 5.0 KD. It's not going to match you based off your KD. It's going to match you based off KD plus a lot of other factors. Most of skill-based is based on region, so where you're located, how many players are near you, and then the connection that you have, like your speed. So they want to make sure that you have a good ping. They want to make sure that you don't have to wait very long to find a lobby. That way your time in between games isn't like 20 minutes. And at the same time, they want you to be able to get in there and play. Because imagine if you had to play and you all had 5 KDs. Like, there's not enough people online at any given time within a certain region to have strong enough connections or quick enough connections to give you a good experience. So what it'll try to do is it sets an average KD of the lobby, and it gets you into a game relatively quickly. But it's not going to make it to where you just go into a game and then everybody's like the best player ever. Like, that's not how it would never work that way. There's just not enough people that have that same high KD. A good example is with JGod. He mentioned like less than half of the player base has a win. And this is months ago, like 6+ months ago. So like when you think about that, how many people do you think really have 5.0 KDs if the average is below 1? Not a lot. So it wouldn't work effectively to match like pro players with every other pro player because there's just not enough to go around depending on where you live, and your wait times would be like 40 minutes. It just wouldn't work. So that's why skill based is a little bit looser. It searches for like a high ping, like a low ping, and then it increases the ping, but it also like reduces some of those constraints on skill base just to get you into a lobby faster. But again, there's probably still people in this lobby with like 1.5, 1.3 KDs that they're fighting. It's just that these guys are massively ahead of them, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's not unfair. It's just, this is just how it goes. And when you play a squad like this in a public match, like, you can still kill them, but it's not going to be easy. You just have to have a good squad. But there's probably only like 2 other squads in this entire lobby that's maybe at the same skill level. Maybe. And realistically speaking, probably not. But he's so aggressive here, dude. Like, his movement's disgusting. He's gonna jump over. Oh, wow. That repeat was gross. Thank you. Oh, he stuck him. No way. That was disgusting. It's just another dude hiding in that corner, and he knew. I didn't even see him.
Hey, I don't know if you're doing anything, Lucky, but I could drop a PR here.
He's like, hey, man, you want to slow down on your kills so I could drop a PR? That'd be pretty nice. He's got 36 kills with 30 up. There's technically 27 or 26 up now outside of his team. I understand that, but why am I playing with 0.5 KD players with KDs above 2? I mean, again, region, connection, all of that.
Right there, right there.
If there's not enough players online, it's going to put you with who's available. And sometimes those players could be better or worse. But again, it's going to go by a lobby average. It's going to try to get you around the same KD. It's not going to guarantee it, but it's going to get you close. Like, my KD is probably like a 3.5, 4.0, somewhere around there. And when I play solos, I get matched in a KD average like 1.15, 1.2, like in between that range in a solo mode. I mean, not everybody in solos is going to have that, but I mean, my KD is like 3-4 times higher. Like, oh, good call out by his teammate here. They're helping him try to get this PR. This is how you get PRs, though. Your teammates have to work with you. And it's just like, hey, like, you know, if you can break an armor but not kill him and let me get the last hit, like, it's huge. Now they're splitting money, too. He's calling it out. Like, that's really good. But yeah, honestly, I don't think people understand the mechanics here. In order to get a PR, you either have to play by yourself completely, like you're literally in a quad by yourself solo, or you're going to party up with, you know, your boys, and they're going to help you toward the end of the game. Oh, that's so risky. Oh, he didn't get full killed. Holy shit, lucky. They still had money, though. They could have revived him. And one teammate's sitting on the buy station right now, just calling in UAVs constantly. And then the other guy is, like, just in case they need a revive. Now he's asking him to distract. That way he can kind of sneak up behind him, shoot him in the back. You notice how he's not going for the full kill here? He's pushing the player instead. He doesn't want to use all that ammo and then, like, bump into a player and not be able to kill him, right? So his teammates can come in and clean up if he wants to. They're calling out the last player, trying to run away from him. And he goes over here. So now he's got 4 extra kills that he normally wouldn't have gotten. They're going to push across the street, go to the Bertha. He wants him to get to 50. He's at 46. There's 15 plus. So he's got quite a few players left to go for. And they have that UAV up as well still. Like, I'm surprised they've been grinding that thing out long. Yeah, and he's also, his teammates like, I don't want to shoot anyone. So he's got a really good squad here. Just catching people off guard too. That's another way to, like, really up your chances here. They're fighting another team, push in, take those kills. And if they're weak too, like at that point, like let's say you're in a building and you're getting shot from another team and you push in and you just clean up, like that other team doesn't expect it. So he wants his teammate to push it, either distract him or, you know, break him and hurt him a little bit too. So his teammate runs in, he's able to get distracted and bang, he can sneak that kill from him. So you're kind of using your teammate here as bait in order to help you get your kill record. He's at 49. He can still get his PR, but he's got to kill every single person in the lobby. There are 11 players up. And that means that the other players can't kill each other either. Yeah, that's like literally a free kill if they don't move. And his teammate broke him before, so that even helps out as well.
I need light pings on these guys.
He's like, hey man, it might not work. Using the tree for good cover, takes that out. He's got 52. Yeah. EM2 long range might be a little bit of a problem on controller.
I killed 2 of them.
That Bertha is a pain in the ass though. But I mean, they can just team shoot it and probably down it. Just getting run over would be a problem. So he's trying to maneuver over this left side here.
Remember light mark, okay? Light mark, anything else?
I'm trying. It's not letting me.
I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna get a crown, bro.
Look at the tower real quick.
His teammates coming out with the live pings too. It's super helpful.
I'm no aim assist. I got it. I got tower. I got tower.
I love how people say like they don't get aim assist, and then like I can understand the complaint. It's frustrating like if you don't have it because it holds you a little bit to the player. But if you read what he's saying about aim assist, he's admitting basically right there it's helping him. So if he doesn't have it, like he's not gonna hit those long range shots. And I think people need to understand that like aim assist is there to help you on controller, but it's not gonna like completely make you a god. Like it's definitely gonna help you hit some shots you shouldn't normally hit, but you just don't have the same accuracy. Like you really don't. He's got 54 kills right now. Now on PC there is an aim assist because you're using a laser optical like mouse. Like you can point and aim where you want to shoot. Like it's a lot easier. But when you're using your thumbs and a little joystick, it's super inaccurate. That's why aim assist exists. It's there to help you. Otherwise it just wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to hit anything. So there is a few more players left. I think it's one guy. He's still looking for him. Teammates are trying to call him out. It's a 56 kill game, and he's going to finally kill this last player.
Oh my god, bro. Oh.
28, 56, 15, and 7. He's got 17k damage. That's pretty disgusting. That's a lot, dude. He killed basically over like he killed like a little bit more than a third of the lobby by himself. Like that's insane.
No. Pretty Caroline. Oh, 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 oh. Stone